All righty. Well, welcome everyone. I'm so incredibly excited to connect with everyone towards the end of this year. 2021 has been a bit of a year for everyone. A lot of transitions, a lot of required adjustments, and I'm excited to chat with you about creating more opportunity in 2022. Today, I am going to teach a bit about my journey as a coach, some of the things that I learned in over 25 years of private practice, kind of hoping to limit the bumps and bruises that you experience in private practice along the way, so you can glean wisdom from my mistakes or learning experiences, because I don't like to consider anything failures or mistakes, because every single thing that we learn as we grow our businesses as coaches really is a wonderful learning opportunity. So I'm going to share with you about that and talk about some really powerful tools for expanding business, creating more income, getting new clients, and also one of the things that's critically important is consistent income. Today with me, I actually have two people from ModiHealth, which I'll be talking about in a bit, and I'll introduce them briefly in a second. But the very first thing that I want to do is, we're all not live together very often. So I would love to invite anyone who would like to turn their camera on and unmute and just share where you're joining us from in the world today.
You see, I have my hair right there. I can't be on the visual.
There you go. You're going to also not turn your video on and just unmute your audio and share where you're joining us from.
Hi, Rachel. This is
Hi.
Michelle.
Hello.
I'm joining you from Maryland, Columbia, Maryland.
Columbia, Maryland. You're like right down the street from my mother. That's my hometown. Welcome, welcome, Michelle.
Thank you.
Hi, Jen Oppenheim here. I'm coming from Connecticut tonight.
Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Jen. Nice to connect with you. Welcome.
Hi, Rachel.
Sorry. Go ahead, Nathan.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I'm joining from Arizona. I'm in Prescott right now.
Hi, Nathan. Welcome.
And I'm Louise, and I'm from San Francisco, freezing to death here.
Hi, Louise.
Hi, Louise.
I'm Erica Hansen, and I'm calling from northern Michigan, so I'm a bit chilly as well, so I totally get it.
Welcome, Erica.
I'm Michaela, and I'm calling in from Charlottesville, Virginia.
Hi, Michaela. Anyone else want to say hello and where you're calling in from?
Hi, everyone. This is Kristen, and I'm from Chicago.
Hi, Kristen.
And then this is Whitney. I'm calling from Spokane, Washington.
Wonderful. Do we have anyone from overseas right now?
Hi, everyone. I'm Tracy from Georgia.
Hi, Tracy. Hello, hello. Well, I do know that we have quite a few international students as well. And I think they're probably on quite different time zones. We have some in New Zealand, some in Jamaica, numerous students in the UK and in Australia and Canada, also throughout South America. So a lot of them will be joining via playback later.
You worked with her?
And Joyce just introduced herself in the chat, and Joyce is calling from Hercules, California, but she doesn't have active audio. Okay, hi Joyce, how are you? Hello, hello. Well, welcome everyone. If everyone could go ahead and mute your audio again. We are getting some background noise.
Let me make sure.
So if everyone could go ahead and mute your audio.
Mute?
Did you mute that?
Yes, please. Wonderful. And I think Yvette, I think you are not muted currently. If you wouldn't mind muting your audio, that would be great. Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, awesome. Well, welcome again. And, first I want to just briefly introduce Luke and Garrett. We have Luke LeBeuf and Garrett Larson, who are joining us from ModiHealth, and I will reintroduce them later in more detail. But Luke and Garrett, would you guys mind turning your camera on and just giving a hello?
Hi, everybody. Like Dr. Rachel said, I'm Luke. I'm in Waco, Texas.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke.
Hi, everyone. I'm Garrett, and I am in Los Angeles.
Perfect. Fantastic. All right. Thanks. And then we have one more hello in the chat window. Jen is joining us from Connecticut and Selena from Virginia, but she's now in San Diego. So hi, everyone. Hi, Sylvia. Awesome. So excited to have all of you guys here. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to actually switch the view to speaker mode. Garrett, would you mind turning video off, and Luke as well? There we go. All right, perfect. Thanks, guys. All right. So first of all, I think we need to address the radical shift that has been occurring in the coaching industry. And if you all have not heard about this, I definitely want every single person to be prepared to take advantage of it in their private practice. So the coaching industry has actually been projected to be one of the top 5 fastest growing world markets all the way through 2025. And that projected growth was actually before the pandemic. The pandemic has actually created a lot more opportunity. And so I did want to share about that briefly. So as everyone knows and is acutely aware of, the pandemic over the last almost 2 years has really caused a lot of massive transitions for people. There are so many people that are now working from home or have become unemployed or have shifted trajectory completely during the pandemic and started their own business or, shifted how they were working. There are tons and tons of people who have experienced terrible losses of loved ones and family members. And then also, as NIH has reported, as American School of Psychology has reported, as so many other sources, including the Chicago Health Department has reported, a significant increase globally with stress, anxiety, and depression. So with that being said, those are all things that life coaches, especially integrative life coaches, really can help people with. So there is a huge demand, even far exceeding what the coaching industry was originally projected to continue growing at. It's far exceeded that already because the pandemic has increased demand. So for those of you who are currently becoming certified through IWA and are still taking your certification course, there is great news ahead of you. And for those of you who are in private practice already, if you're graduates and certified through us, then this is a really important time for you to focus in, really hone in on your private practice, because there are so many people in massive transition, grieving, experiencing significant loss that desperately need your services. So I want you to know that. And I know that a lot of times I hear from coaches that they just see so much noise in the coaching industry on social media. But the good news is that social media is not the sole way of getting business. I never used social media as a way of getting new clients. And while social media is a wonderful way to connect with people, it's a wonderful way to, get your message out there and get content out there. And I do participate in it myself. I always recommend that as part of your coaching practice. I don't recommend that it's the sole focus of getting new clients. Okay. And so some of you might be sighing a little bit of relief right now that you don't have to become a social media influencer in order to have a successful coaching practice. So I do also want to say that beyond the pandemic, beyond the significant demand for life coaching services right now, we're also about to enter into the most busy season for getting new clients, and that is the first quarter of the year. As everyone knows, the new year rolls around, and that's when so many people set new intentions or New Year's resolutions or specific goals that they have in mind that they want to have, do, create, or experience, right? And so this is the time when the clients out there, your potential clients out in the world, are going to be hunting for you. So that's the great news. And it's definitely a time that, even though we're just before the holidays, I want to invite you all to not check out yet, right? We have a tendency here in the US to fall into the black hole of Christmas around December 15th, and everyone kind of checks out and stops working. But I want to really invite you to kind of take this next week or two leading up to the holidays to really set some intentions, put pen to paper, create a game plan of what you're going to do for this first quarter of 2022, so that you can really take advantage. I will be giving some tools and recommendations and introducing you to some things that significantly will support you in that. And then also, for those of you who are still in the process of becoming certified, some of these tools will also be something you can start utilizing now and get yourself prepared and even launched before your certification is complete, so that the moment that you're ready to do one-on-one coaching, you're in a position and already have people kind of lined up. So that's what we're going to be going over today. First thing I want to share is really my experience, and I'm just going to be completely transparent, completely authentic, and share my experience. Obviously, I don't have time to share 25 years of experience, but I'll give you the kind of highs and lows of my private practice as a coach. And so I did coach full-time for almost 25 years. I know that dates me, but I'm proud to be this age that I am, and the wisdom that I have, and the experience that I have under my belt. And I'm hoping that what I'm sharing tonight will really help each one of you thrive, because that's my biggest goal and intention. My life purpose is to equip future generations of coaches to go out there and then help thousands and thousands of people around the globe to radically transform their lives. So each one of you who's joining tonight is really, my heart is connected to you, because each one of you is really part of my purpose. So thank you for being here tonight, and for being part of the IWA journey. So when I first started coaching, as many of you know, I did not coach from a holistic perspective. I coached from a much more traditional perspective. And I had a client who has given me permission over the years to share. Her name is Rebecca. And Rebecca was the most transformative client that I had, because she wanted to lose 100 pounds. She had tried a number of different things. And so from a traditional coaching perspective, all behavior modification with a little bit of mindset adjustment thrown in, I helped her create an action plan. I encouraged her, I gave her support, and she started to lose weight. She lost 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, then she lost 100 pounds, then 120 pounds, and she continued to drop weight at an alarming rate. I quickly discovered, when talking to her further, that she had changed binge eating for emotional processing, right? So emotional eating for emotional starving, and she had become anorexic. At that point, I referred her out to an expert in eating disorders and went back to school. And that was the last client. I swore I would never coach from that traditional model, because we have to work both outside in and inside out simultaneously to get to the root cause and help create a better solution to the root or core need before we go ahead and make those outside changes, or we can cause more harm than good. So that's really how, I tripped into the holistic perspective. And so I'm incredibly grateful to Rebecca. That's one of those examples of, there's no failures in your practice. There's only learning opportunities that help you grow as a coach and to make your coaching business even better for your clients and for yourself. So the biggest struggle that I had over the course of the whole first half of my coaching career was money. And I would do all kinds of different things to get new clients. Okay. I would speak at local events. I would, hold different little seminars and workshops. And then I would sign people up to be one-on-one clients. I would also create coaching groups. As you all know about the Transform program. So I would facilitate Transform programs over and over throughout the year. And then I would invite all of those people at the end to become one-on-one coaching clients, or sometimes even in the middle of that, if they expressed a need or an interest. So that became a very kind of like a well-oiled machine, right? So I knew how to get new clients. And I did that, as I mentioned, through primarily connecting with other practitioners, things like therapists, chiropractors, holistic doctors, and referring, building a relationship with them and referring clients back and forth, as well as holding little workshops and seminars, literally 1 or 2 hour little seminars anywhere anyone would let me speak. Okay. And that, again, as I mentioned, became a well-oiled machine. I was constantly getting new clients. Okay. So never used social media. Once I started getting clients and they started getting results, they also started referring clients to me. So then I started doing less seminars and workshops and less Transform groups, because so many clients would refer 1, 3, 5 clients to me that I ended up getting a waiting list. And thank goodness for that, which is what I'm about to talk about, is the money part. So for those of you who are really focused on, oh my gosh, how do I get new clients? Let me tell you that should not necessarily be your biggest concern, because you will figure out what works for you. It will be trial and error. Please take a page out of my playbook and don't try to become a social media influencer. Hey, if you already are one and have 100,000 followers, fantastic. Absolutely use that platform. And most certainly, if you're using social media, definitely use that platform. But becoming an online marketer is not the best way to go. The best way, again, those human connections, those human touch points, those relationships that you can build with other practitioners and refer back and forth, those, little speaking events that you can do to introduce yourself in the community and get new clients. So if you're doing those consistently, a number of them every single month, you will start getting new clients. And then when you get enough clients and they're seeing transformation in their life, they will naturally begin referring their client or their friends and family members and coworkers to you. Okay. So that is the path forward for getting new clients that I highly recommend. I will say, please don't get discouraged. Please do not get discouraged. Building a business takes time. It takes energy. It takes resources. And so if you, just send out an email when you graduate to all your friends and family and say, hey, I'm a coach now, send some clients to me. Unfortunately, that is not going to help you build a successful, sustainable business. Hey, just hearing a little bit of background noise. So if someone has just joined and you are not muted, if you could go ahead and mute, that would be super helpful. Thank you. All right, awesome. So building a business, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes resources, it takes dedication. So please don't get discouraged. Create a schedule where every single month you're doing a number of different things to get new clients. So you're, continuing to build those relationships with other practitioners and refer back and forth. You're finding places that you can do speaking events at schools, at temples, at churches, at nonprofit organizations, at associations, all different types of places, even your local coffee shop. And so that is my recommendation for getting new clients. So the second challenge that actually ended up being a way bigger challenge in my coaching practice over, the first 10 years I was in practice was not the getting the new clients. Once I figured that out, I was full steam ahead. Here's where the challenge came in is, we have consistent bills, right? Our rent or our mortgage, it's due every month on the same day. All of our bills, they come in pretty consistently. Well, when you have clients, as some of you who are already coaching might be seeing right now at this time of the year, you have clients that are sick and they reschedule. You have clients that travel on business. You have clients that take off for vacation. You have clients that their kids get, into soccer season and their time gets gobbled up and they have to take a break. You have times where certain clients will have some financial challenges and need to take a break. So one of the things that I experienced was what I like to call feast or famine. So I would have, no space. I would be fully booked. I would have consistent income. And then all of a sudden the floor would drop out. And then it would put me in panic mode. As a business owner, and your coaching practice is a business, so you are a business owner, operating from a place of fear, anxiety, and panic is never a good place to operate from. You cannot be fully aligned with your values and communicate them from a place of love and patience and truly hold the space you need to hold when talking to a potential new client, when, forming relationships with other practitioners, when sitting in a coaching session with a client. So I highly recommend that you find ways to really create stable income, which is what we're really going to focus on tonight. So for me, I went through a number of years of that feast and famine, and it was so exhausting and it was so draining. And to be completely transparent and frank, it was very discouraging, right? You build your business up, you're thriving, you're making huge impact. And then all of a sudden, 5 clients drop out or 2 clients drop out and you're scrambling, which is what I was experiencing. So one of the things that I learned that was a huge, huge solution for me was a combination of group coaching and also, so with the Transform program specifically, but group coaching, which I'll talk about a little bit more, and you can do it in many different ways, and also creating pre-recorded content. When you have pre-recorded content like a program or a few classes or something that you can deliver to people once a week, you can also create different types of membership levels or programs that helps you also to escape from the third biggest challenge that coaches have, which is we tend to work 1 hour for a certain amount earned, right? Well, what happens when we get sick? What happens when we want to take a vacation? What happens when we just need, I don't know, we have a new child or our children or loved ones need more attention and we need to kind of create a new work schedule because of work-life balance. The bills are still consistent. So it puts us in that place, and therapists deal with this, medical doctors in private practice deal with this, personal trainers deal with this, and life coaches deal with this. Also, other people like massage therapists, yoga instructors, really any type of practitioner that's working for themselves. So once I was able to create a couple of different programs and a couple of different membership levels, I was able to start escaping this financial glass ceiling that I had hit, right? Because I didn't want to raise my rates. I still wanted to remain financially accessible, especially to those who are of lower income. And I still had a sliding scale so that I could work with wealthy people and very poor people and everything in between, because that was aligned with my values and important to me. But it also meant that I only had a certain amount of hours every single week, right? So that hits a ceiling of what income you can earn. So when you start utilizing technology to really support your business, you can really, really remove that glass ceiling and also support so many more clients with the amount of time and energy and resources that you have as a coach. So that being said, I'm going to talk through a couple of different coaching programs, sort of structures that I recommend. And then I'll walk you through some technology that really is a game changer. So I'm just going to pull this up so I have it in front of me. So when creating programs, so I always like to have a base level or most inexpensive program that's fully automated, fully utilizing technology. It's something I can upload content in, once a month, and it supports people who are not able to financially afford my coaching one-on-one fees, right? And so, I typically would price something like that at, $19.99 or $20 per month, so that, it's the same price as an app that somebody has on their smartphone. And it's a way that you can maximize your time and also have that lower level type of program or membership that still allows some access to you, but not that gobbles up your time. Okay. And it's automated payments, it's reoccurring monthly revenue. And while $20 a month doesn't sound like a lot, when you get 20, 30, 50, 100 members in that, they're transforming their life. It's going to obviously fire you up because you're excited to see them, experiencing transformation and getting something out of it. But also those numbers add up, and it's also recurring. You don't have to worry about it. It auto charges them every month. And so that's what I always like, is like a base level membership. Then I typically like to take that base level membership and then add a little bit more content and create around $100 or $99.99 per month per membership as well. That also includes either the Transform program, which I'm going to show you on a platform, or a program that you create yourself that also includes a weekly live Zoom group coaching session. So you're able to see, 10 to 20 people in that group at any given time. You can also create multiple group meetings. So let's say that membership, you end up with 40 people. You'll obviously want to divide out 2 different weekly 1 hour or 90-minute group coaching so that everyone has an opportunity to share and participate. But that's also something that adds up pretty quickly. If you have 40 people all paying a reoccurring, membership rate for your program at $100 a month, and again, you're only really investing 2 hours a month, or 2 hours a week doing your group coaching for that 40 people. If it was 20, it would be 1 hour doing your live group coaching on Zoom. And then, maybe spending 1 day per month creating some content, whether it's articles or videos or little assignments, or even just uploading, your IWA, different exercises and tools and techniques that people can do as assignments, the action graph or the values elicitation or, the meditation guide, or so many of our downloadable handouts available in the course are great to upload as little assignments. And you can, if you have a good technology platform, you can actually schedule those so that literally 1 day a month, you're doing kind of administrative content and you're not having to be a content producer all month long. And then the next level is taking everything that was in the $99, a month membership, except for the group coaching, and adding one-on-one coaching to that package. And you can charge whatever you want for that. When I was doing programs like that, I would either with that package offer either 1 weekly coaching session one-on-one with the members of that group, or bi-monthly, so 1 every other week. And you figure out what your rates are, kind of add that to the $99, so let's say your rates are $200 per session. You're going to give them 4 sessions a month, or let's say 2 sessions a month, one-on-one sessions, that would be $400 per month plus the $99, right? So then you have basically a $500 a month coaching program that gives them all kinds of content and daily support and action steps and assignments and things like that, that keep them engaged and moving forward, as well as the one-on-one coaching, right? You can also tone that down. You can offer it less expensive and they get a once a month one-on-one coaching session. So those are some ideas. They've worked incredibly well for me. It allowed me to, again, I'll just be completely transparent. I hit a glass ceiling with my coaching practice at about $150,000 a year. And once I started introducing, pre-recorded programs and group coaching, I was able to get up to $230,000 a year within about 6 months, grow to that level. So it really does empower you to both make more money and also protect your time, because I think our time and our health are probably the 2 most valuable resources we have, right? We can always make more money, we can buy more things, we can grow our business, we can take a vacation, but creating more health is very, very difficult, and creating more time is also very difficult. So that is something that hugely changed my personal financial success as a coach, also my work-life balance. And so I began to no longer be burnt out and really, really get back to the purpose and the passion and the fulfillment that I got out of coaching in the first place. The other thing that really allowed me to do, which is another thing that is a huge value in my value system, is to be accessible for those who could not afford it. So, I would sponsor some people on a sliding scale into that group coaching mid-level who really did need some human contact. And then also I had that bottom level that was very financially accessible for especially students or lower income people, because that was something I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure that coaching didn't just become for wealthy people, right? I think everyone can thrive and grow from having the support of a life coach. And so I wanted to be able to do that. So those are the coaching structures. And then the program structures, and I'm going to actually show you an example of it. So we've partnered with ModiHealth, and some of you have heard of ModiHealth or seen posts about ModiHealth in the student group before. Some of you, this may be the very first time that you're hearing about it. So I'm just going to briefly explain our relationship with ModiHealth. So I founded IWA back in 2010. And the goal of IWA is to, as I mentioned earlier, to train and equip the future generation of coaches to go out there and help people. But IWA did nothing to directly help people. And I wanted to create a virtual platform that allowed people to get the daily support that they need, because as a coach over the years and as a doctor with patients, the success breakdowns, they never happen when a client is sitting in your office across, from you, or across a Zoom meeting from you. It's when they're out free range in their life, making life choices, walking into the grocery store, making food selections, or choosing to eat or drink this, or to snap at a loved one, or to quit their job. It's out when they're free range, right? So that's really a place that we have drop off. We have a backsliding. We have no support there in their day-to-day life. So I wanted to find a way to utilize technology and a holistic approach to create some tools that would provide that daily, day-to-day accountability, support, guidance, and tracking. And then also, I wanted to create more tools for practitioners to thrive in their practice, not only to help their clients increase positive outcomes, but also to create more balance and consistent income. So at the end of 2015, I co-founded ModiHealth with a neurologist, Dr. Randall Wright. And we went on an adventure, and boy, it was an adventure of building out a ton of health technology and creating this amazing platform that I'm about to show you. So with that being said, I'm going to actually kind of dive in. Whoever is not muted, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and muting your line, because we're getting some ringing. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually screen share, and I'm going to walk you through the ModiHealth platform. And I'm going to invite Garrett to kind of come alongside, because Garrett is the network director at ModiHealth, and he actually knows the ins and outs and back end a lot better than I do. But I'm going to go ahead and for a moment, I'm going to turn my video off and turn my screen on. So we have created at ModiHealth a complete streaming service and health app platform. So what you're seeing here is available desktop, and it's also available in the app. And as you can see, it's white labeled for IWA. We've created a way that practitioners can also have access to this and white label it for themselves. So, you know, your name would be here, your business name, your photo, your logo, whatever you wanted to use, and the colors that you wanted to use. And we get that all set up for you. But what you're seeing right now is what your clients will be able to see. So right now we're in something that's called My Plan. And this actually creates, once a client sets up their profile, their interests, their preferences, their body stats, they take a health assessment, they can upload their labs and DNA, and they can also connect devices like Fitbit, Garmin, and Apple Watch, which loads all of their daily progress in here. So, you know, right now, a lot of your clients might have, you know, 5 or 10 different places they're going to manage their well-being. They might have a meditation app. They might be wearing a Fitbit. They might, you know, be going to a gym or taking classes, fitness classes somewhere, and then also trying to figure out their nutrition somewhere else. This really provides all of that under one virtual roof. And so once they set this all up, they're able to create goals, and by, you know, selecting their gender, putting in all of this, and it creates an avatar for them that shows them as they progress, moving towards achieving their goals. And they also can create a nutrition plan. So we've created this technology that is an incredible database based on their health risks, their weight, their other body statistics, and their health assessment. Our machine learning and artificial intelligence helps them create a nutrition plan that meets their goals and also helps reduce their health risks. And when they have a nutrition plan set up or a workout plan set up, oh, I haven't completed my profile, unfortunately. So Garrett, I'm actually going to let you go ahead and pull up another account and screen share because I have not set up a nutrition program yet, or a workout program. So while you're pulling that up, and let me know when you're ready to kind of swap out screens, you're able to, you know, select your nutrition preferences if you're vegan or vegetarian, or if you want to do keto diet or a paleo or just a low carb or just a traditional weight loss diet. And it calculates and creates a nutrition plan just for you to meet your body's specific needs. This is something that's hugely helpful for those of you coaches out there who are not also certified as a nutritionist or a personal trainer. And, you know, the nutrition plan and the workout plans are so detailed. The nutrition plan even comes with grocery lists and recipes, and the workout plan, every single exercise has a little instructional video of how to perform that exercise so they don't injure themselves. Garrett, do you have that up yet?
I'm close. Just give me one more minute.
Sure. Also, while Garrett is pulling that up, they can take programs or classes inside of the streaming service area. And as you can see, the transformation program, the 12-week transformation program has been added in there. So you'll be able to utilize this, and all of the different lessons are inside of here with the weekly video lesson and all of the downloadable documents that go along with the Transform program. So it makes it incredibly, incredibly easy to facilitate a Transform program. Even if you are not certified yet, you can already start this. You can already start leading and facilitating Transform programs, because in here you have me teaching every single week's lesson, and then you would just facilitate by holding a weekly Zoom meeting that is open for discussing the weekly lesson, as well as what they got out of their homework assignment that week. And it's a beautiful way to start building your practice even before you graduate. Just so that everyone knows, there are Transform groups that are being led all over the world. We literally have had facilitators and coaches and current students leading and facilitating Transform programs as a strong means of getting new clients and creating that sustainable income coming in, and up-leveling them or inviting them to become one-on-one clients at the end. And this makes it significantly easier for you, because all you have to do is host a Zoom and facilitate the conversation about the lesson, and let everyone share about what they've done with their homework assignments. In addition to that, we have a Finding Your Purpose program. It's amazing for being able to help your clients with their values and considering what they want to create. A mindfulness program, because you may have clients, or the stress reduction program. You may have clients that really want to expand their mindfulness or really want to reduce their stress. But again, you can't be there to teach them every single step of the way. So in between sessions, you can recommend that they take one of these programs, or go in and take certain classes. There's all different types of yoga classes. There's health education classes. There's, spine health classes. There's all different types of cooking, little healthy cooking classes, tons and tons of classes in here to support your clients. So when you're in a session with a client and you're doing an action graph and they identify that they need to take a step in their spiritual system or their emotional system or their physical system, here are all of these resources that they will have access to. Garrett, do you have the detailed a setup account with a nutrition plan? Okay, great. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and I will let you go ahead and share yours.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to show you what mine looks like. So I'm in a different account that we have here. I have several different demo accounts, so thank you for bearing with me here. I'll go back to the goals just so that you can see this. This is an example of one that actually my brother uses. And this is something that he's using where he is trying to maintain the weight that he's currently at. And so it will show, where you start at, your different phases, and then into your current one. And you can update your progress here and also reset your goals accordingly. Under the nutrition section, this is incredibly detailed. And so this one focuses on athletic performance. And so you can actually change your different nutritional preferences here, whether you eat paleo, you eat keto, you, again, more of an athletic performance type of meal. You can do all of that here as well. And it gives you a really succinct breakdown of how to prepare the meal, what you need to be a part of it, the portion size. It's incredibly detailed, depending upon what you're looking for. This might be too much information for you, or it's just the right amount, depending upon, how much involved you are with your clients in terms of the food that they're eating, or maybe this is something that's totally new to them and they need a little bit more hand-holding. This is a great resource for them. Obviously we go from breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, more snacks, and you can change all of that here. I wanted to
yeah, also, what we'll show you in a few minutes is some things that you can do as their coach from the management side. You can actually create your own nutrition plans. You can also create your own workout plans, or you can utilize the machine learning that custom creates plans to meet your client's goals as well. So lots of choices, lots of tools here, and we'll show you those on the back end as well.
Yeah, so on this part, again, if you wanted to change your nutritional preferences based upon cuisines, proteins, your percentages of food, so maybe you like to eat more of a hearty breakfast and a lower lunch and maybe a bigger dinner, you're able to do that as well. And again, as Dr. Rachel mentioned, you can set these up for your clients, or you can help them along in their own accounts. You can exclude different types of foods, depending upon oils, beverages, gluten, dairy, whatever you can think of, you can exclude it. We have about 3,600 different recipes in here, and you are actually able to add your own. So if there are ones in here that you like, or you use a certain type of foods or diets with your own clients, you can add all of that in here as well.
Amazing. Do you mind showing the workout programs as well?
Yes, we will find out. Yep, there we go. So under the workout section, again, the system is going to learn what your goals are based upon what you've put in. So whether you like to work out a lot, or you like to work out a little bit, or maybe you need to modify your different types of workouts, you can change your workout plans. There's actually different questions that they'll ask you beforehand to make sure that it's vetting you properly in terms of a risk assessment. So you can change that here. You can take a strength assessment. That's under this section. So if your client's never done this before, this is a great resource, especially if they're new to working out. It's a great way for them to be able to understand what it looks like to work out, and then be able to track those here within the system.
Yeah, and then when somebody does something on the platform, your clients earn points, right? So you can set like a certain amount of points that you want your group to achieve, all your clients to achieve each month. And when they log a workout or a meal, they get points. When they watch a video, they get points. One of the things that I absolutely love about the workout program, since, my coaching practice for a good majority was a generalist coaching practice, meaning I worked with all different types of clients, all different ages, all different demographics, with all different types of challenges, right? So I had everything from actually, professional athletes to people who were in their 70s and everything in between. So one of the things that was important to me as we were designing this was to have the workouts really custom created to each individual user's actual level. So it creates a workout program that is appropriate to their goal and appropriate to their age and appropriate to their strength and their health risks, so that it really works for everyone. And then the other thing that I absolutely love is because, let's be honest, not everyone can afford to work out with a personal trainer and really learn how to, exercise in proper form. Every single exercise has a little video icon. Garrett, would you mind clicking the little video icon next to walk? Or, yep. So when they click it, it pulls up instructions, written instructions, as well as a video that shows proper alignment and explains how to do that exercise properly without injuring yourself. So obviously, as a doctor, I absolutely love that feature. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Garrett. Really appreciate that. So then I'm going to actually share my screen again real quick. And I'm going to walk, and again, everything is tracked. So people can log in and see what they've accomplished that day, how many points they've earned. And it also, our machine learning, artificial intelligence, based on their health risk, based on their labs, based on their weight and their body stats, will start suggesting classes and programs, as well as articles. We have thousands of articles to begin reducing their risk. So if somebody has high glucose levels, they'll start seeing articles about how to reduce their glucose. All right. So now I want to jump into the management view, because this is what every single coach will have, and you'll have your own group, again, white labeled for you with your logo, your colors, all of that stuff. But what we were showing you was the member view, meaning what your clients see and what tools they have. But the back end really becomes your entire business. You can connect it to your Stripe bank account. All of the payments automatically, will go into you. You can create marketing documents. There's all types of flyers here. You can create your own content. You can create news, articles and videos. You can upload assignments or exercises, and you can schedule these to be delivered. So remember when I mentioned not becoming a content creator and working full-time creating content, but doing it one time a month and scheduling it. This will allow you to do that with little news. You can share other blogs or anything that's a link or a document or a PDF or a video. You can share those and schedule them. And you can also, this is my favorite part, you can create your own programs, right? So you can create a program or a class, and you're able to basically, it's as easy as creating a Facebook post, and you select the method and you select this and fill it out. And then you would upload your URL. It would either be from YouTube or Vimeo that you would upload it and then copy and paste the link in here. And you can add multiple lessons inside of a program, or you can do one-off classes. And then once you create those and hit save, it will automatically show up inside of the programs and classes for your clients. So I just added this one earlier today. That was just, something that I did to just kind of show as a test that it's just super easy. It took me about 5 minutes to add it. And again, it's as easy as to use as a Facebook post, creating Facebook posts. One of the other things that I absolutely love in the management section is that you can go into very detailed analytics about every single one of your clients. So here, you'll see a leaderboard. This is obviously just a demo account. So it's your clients would load in here and you'd be able to see how many points that they had earned. And if they had signed a release form, you could click on their name and actually go into their detailed analytics and see how many steps they took, how many calories they were eating, what their sleep was, if they're tracking that through a device. All of their health stats you would be able to see and watch their progress and give them feedback. So it's just such a beautiful way of additionally supporting your clients, but not having to be constantly spending your time. So that is a wonderful extra thing inside of there. And this allows for you to create different program levels. So remember I mentioned having a very basic program level at like $20 a month. And then another group that would be, maybe your group coaching plus this whole platform, that would be another rate. And then that third higher one that also incorporated some, one-on-one coaching sessions, either in person or via Zoom. You can create multiple level memberships that different people can sign up for different ones. And again, it does all of your billing. There's a financial dashboard where you can see how many clients, when they paid last, when the next payment is coming up. And also you can export those financial data so that you can just hand it over to your accountant at the end of the year or your tax preparer for tax purposes. So this was something that, again, I was hugely passionate about finding solutions for the coaches that I was training, as well as that daily actionable support that clients could have to increase their positive outcomes. So that is a little bit about that. When it comes to the platform and the ModiHealth program, basically the subscription for coaches to be able to have their own white labeled private groups that again is branded for each one of you is only $19.99 a month. It's a membership. It allows you access to everything inside of your group that I've shown you, the ability to create and sell your own programs, the ability to reuse the program Transform that I created and all of the other content in there to support your clients. The other amazing thing that, oh, my camera's off, I'm coming back on now. The other thing that was really important to me is I've heard from a lot of students and graduates over the years being frustrated with how much of a learning curve there is with technology. And so one of the things that comes with your subscription is there are 2 weekly free training sessions with our team that you can pop on. It's a Zoom call for 2 hours every single week on 2 separate days. You can jump into any of those trainings at any time to learn, relearn, ask questions, get the training that you need to be able to fully maximize the potential of the earning potential and also the support that you provide your clients on the platform. So that is a little bit about the ModiHealth. They're called reseller accounts. Again, they're white labeled for each of your businesses. And it really is, a turnkey stop, drop, and roll business that, again, you can start utilizing and selling and drawing clients to even while you are still getting certified. So with that being said, I'm going to open it up to questions about the platform, about anything else, about business. Erica just asked, is there a place to see the data security on the platform? Also, is there a liability release or anything that clients would sign given that it's including health and food and working out? Yes, there are multiple places. First, before you're able to see their data, they have to sign a HIPAA compliant release form. It's a digital form that pops up for them when they are setting up their membership. And if they don't sign that, you will only be able to see aggregated data. You will not be able to see their specific health data. So they need to sign that off. There's also a release form when they enroll, general liability waiver and release. That will not cover, just so that you know, that will not cover one-on-one virtual coaching sessions. Like, so for example, if you create that group coaching program, that middle level where they get the health app and streaming service, as well as the weekly group coaching, you will need to, for legal liability purposes, also have them sign your release form, because it will not, our release form only covers for what is happening inside of the platform. It will not cover for liability for those group coaching sessions. And then also additionally, we have so many touch points for safety and also for liability. We have a very incredible telemedicine attorney who has kicked every tire and pulled every plug out of the car engine and connected it again properly. So before someone is able to create a nutrition plan or a fitness plan, a workout plan, they have to answer certain assessment questions that also show that they have no health restrictions that would limit them from working out. They have to acknowledge something. There's also other release language on the platform, as well as copyright information on the platform as well. And that was a great, great question, Erica. Thank you so much for asking that.
Dr. Rachel, we've had a couple questions regarding the pricing. Could you walk me through the pricing structure one more time?
Yes. So what it costs you as a coach is $19.99 per month to have your whole white labeled platform and your own app, by the way. So your clients will be able to log in on and utilize all of this on an app or on the desktop computer, whichever is their preference. And so that $19.99 is your cost. And then there is a revenue share with ModiHealth for all of your clients who sign up for subscriptions or memberships on that. And the revenue share is that you pay us, ModiHealth, $9.99 per user per month. That's for us to maintain the platform. It's for, utilizing all of our content, all of my personal content, the Transform program. And you cannot charge less than $19.99 for the membership as it is to your clients. So that would mean that you would be making, $10 per member per month off that base level membership if you didn't add any content or make anything different. That would be the minimum amount that you could charge for it, because that's our retail price. So obviously we don't want you selling it for less than Modi is selling it. but you can add you can add your own programs, you can add that group coaching element, you can add the one-on-one, you can add, your own articles, blogs, or sharing other people's, links to other blogs in the news section, for example, and build out the value. And you can charge whatever you want for that group, right? And you can set up multiple groups. So some might be that base bottom line that's really financially accessible. That's $19.99 per client per month. And then the middle level might be the one that also has some of your content plus, group coaching once a week or, bi-monthly. And then that more expensive one the most expensive one would be the one that had all of that content plus also your one-on-one coaching sessions. And those you can set your prices for whatever you want. The only thing is that we take $9.99 per member per month for the license fee. So you can charge whatever you want. I know that there are some coaches that have very, very expensive coaching programs, like $12,000 a month for, 2 coaching sessions each week with executives, or, very, very expensive coaching programs, or you can make them more financially accessible, or you can create multiple different groups, right, with different offerings, which is what I tend to recommend, because then you're able to maximize your income with those one-on-one, incorporating in the one-on-one sessions, but also have some access for people who really can't afford much at all. All right, great. Let's see. Does it connect to Zoom or other things like Zoom? No, it currently does not. However, we will have, you have the ability to share links. So you can absolutely share a link to your group coaching session, for example. You can also connect in, it does connect with Facebook. So if you had a private Facebook group and, for example, you wanted to do your weekly coaching sessions as a Facebook Live inside of your group, it can be accessed through the platform. So the Facebook will connect in. You can also add your website link in there. You can add a shop in there. I know that there are some coaches that, also sell supplements or also sell essential oils or things like that. You can connect your shop in as well there. All right, wonderful. The platform is HIPAA compliant, so it is the highest level of security. We follow medical HIPAA compliant guidelines and security. So that is what it is. We have our own, this is all of our proprietary technology. It is something that we have developed, we have built. Every single line of code is written by our team, and it is hosted on a server that is highly secure. It's an Amazon HIPAA compliant server here in the US, for anyone that is curious about that. So another question. So the client would only be paying for and have access only to the program they signed up for. That's correct. So think of it this way. If you had 3 different programs, right, 3 different membership levels, you would be able to have people enroll into that. And what is in that group is only accessible to that group. And on the management side, when you post content, when you upload it, you get to select all of your communities. Yes, I want all my communities to see this post, or no, this is only for my one-on-one coaching client group, or this is only for my group coaching group, or whatever you're naming them. Yeah. Also, another thing to think about, really great things to do in the new year is to lead a transform group. So you can run these for 12 weeks, or, do an entire year membership. It goes month to month, automatically renews unless they cancel. Another thing, that's fun to do is lead a cleanse and create program. So I created a 4-week cleanse and detox program that is mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional, removing all of the crud that's blocking you from your best life. And so that's a 4-week program that's also within the platform that your clients will have access to. So you could facilitate a 12-week transform program and then a 4-week, cleanse and create, and then facilitate a stress reduction program, right? Where every week you're assigning them to watch the lessons that are already within the program in the platform. And then you're just discussing it and the assignments in the group coaching session. So a lot of the heavy lifting of content creation has been done for you. A lot of these programs were created by me over the years and have been used in very successful, around the world at conferences, in small groups, and group coaching settings. All right, so let me see another question. Whoop. Let's see here. Garrett, would you mind starting to read some of the questions? Because I know a lot are coming in and I don't want to miss any.
Yeah, I'm responding to some of them
Okay,
individually.
great.
I think the important one, if you want to answer this one currently, is the portion, the revenue share split, and then the minimum of $19.99. If you could just reiterate that again.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So basically, you can charge anything you want for your memberships, and again, you can have multiple memberships. You cannot charge less than $19.99 for each of your clients each month, because that's what ModiHealth sells it for. And so obviously, ModiHealth doesn't want you charging less, right? Because then we're competing against each other versus working together. And so whatever you charge your clients, a minimum of $19.99, for that base level membership. ModiHealth, it's a revenue split that automatically happens inside of the financial dashboard. You're able to track it. You can log in, you can see how much income you have coming in, when people are renewing, the split that's happening, all of that you're able to see. And $9.99 per member comes to ModiHealth as a licensing fee. And the other, minimum of $10 goes to you every single month. And again, it auto charges the client. They'll sign up on a landing page that will be branded for you. Garrett, do you actually mind pulling up the IWA landing page so you can actually, if you could show a few different examples of landing pages, so all the coaches can kind of see how it changes based on the different branding.
Yes, and while I'm doing that, there's a question here regarding the implementation of this platform for the vision of like holistic health and the way to empower clients in everyone's private practice. So if you could talk about the ways that it would support people's private practice.
Absolutely. I mean, as an integrative coach, we can't be all things to all people, right? We can't hold their hand while they're meditating. We can't walk with them down the street and help them reduce stress. We're only able to be there so much. And over the years, myself and also Dr. Wright, who is the co-founder of ModiHealth, he and I kind of put our heads together because we saw it was very frustrating seeing, patients and clients backslide, right? They would take a few steps forward and then they'd bump up against life, something stressful, something they were having a hard time emotionally processing. They'd bump up against, not having time to eat right or exercise or not having the support around those things. And they would start to become imbalanced. And it was a constant for me anyway. And I know Dr. Wright expressed the same thing, even in his neurology practice, that, it would be like you take 5 steps forward with a client and then a step back, and then 5 steps forward and a step back. And we wanted to figure out through technology and content, how could we support those clients out in their day-to-day life from a holistic perspective, really having all of the nutrition and all of the fitness being from a functional medicine perspective, and having artificial intelligence that was really going to the root cause of people's imbalances and starting to make recommendations automatically to them. So I feel like it is such an incredible tool to be able to support your clients with in that holistic perspective, because there's emotional support, there's, meditation, mindfulness, healthy cooking, literally everything that someone really needs when you can't be there every single day to hold their hand and help them keep track of things. And this keeps track of everything for them. So that's a little bit about that. And then I did see a question about if you aren't certified yet and you're still taking your certification course, can you use this? Yes, 100%. You can start your practice now without the one-on-one coaching, introducing people to this, and you can even facilitate transform programs because I am teaching the content, it's within the program. And so you would assign, every week, go into your platform, listen to lesson 1, week 1 of the transform program. And then we meet on Wednesday nights for an hour or 90 minutes and discuss what you got out of the lesson and also what you got out of the homework assignment. So you're just facilitating that, and you can absolutely start leading those now. We have people who are not even life coaches who facilitate transform programs. You can also facilitate the cleanse and create or the stress program or any of the other, mindfulness program, for example, that's also in the platform too. So it gives you a lot of things, and you can even cycle through all of those. So absolutely, if you're still taking your certification, you're not certified yet, this is a wonderful way to really make sure that the second that you're certified, you can really, even expand, and anybody that you're bringing on to the platform and signing up now and facilitating, in a transform group, for example, that you'll be able to convert them to one-on-one clients as soon as you're certified. Yeah, that's great. Beautiful. Any other questions that I'm missing, Garrett?
A couple questions regarding free trials.
Yes. So we are not offering free trials. It is, as I mentioned, $19.99 a month. It comes with all of the free training sessions every single week, but it only is on a monthly basis. So if you don't like it, you just cancel your membership, and that's that. There's no commitment. Beautiful. Any other questions that I'm missing? Okay, awesome. So one thing I want to say, one final thing, and then I'm going to kind of just turn it over for the last 2 minutes to Luke to kind of talk about next steps. But whether you use the ModiHealth platform or not, please consider following my advice about the ways to get new clients, and also really maximizing your time and creating recurring revenue by creating group coaching programs and pre-recorded programs or courses that you are doing, because it will create so much more consistent income, work-life balance. You're not going to be working every single dollar for every single hour. You'll be able to really maximize your earning potential and also support more clients. Which I always think is incredibly important to make yourself accessible to people from all walks of life and all income levels. So with that being said, I am going to turn it over to Luke, and he's going to kind of just give you the brief information about next steps. And that's about it. So Luke, I'm going to turn my camera off and let you take over.
Perfect. Dr. Rachel, thank you so much. I think I can speak for all of us and say this was very informative, very helpful, and can kind of give some direction on what to do next. So I'll be short and sweet with everybody. So again, I'm Luke LaBeouf, and what I do with ModiHealth is I'm a representative account manager, basically. And so I help facilitate accounts being set up and a main point of contact to help answer any questions and set up accounts with ModiHealth. And so basically the flow of setting up with us, working with us, it's all starting with filling out a form. So I'm going to drop in the chat right now a link for everyone. So give me 1 second. And so basically what you can do, you can click this little form and it gives us the basic information that we would need to create a landing page for you, a client-facing page for your clients to log into and create and get access to their health app. And we would create the color schemes and branding that you would like for your personal page. So again, I put the form right here. If you want to click it even right now and have it up in the background, before we can do anything, we need you to fill out these forms and send it to us. And upon receiving that, what we do is, yes, so we're screen sharing right now. this is what that landing page looks like. And so these are custom color schemes and branding for IWA. Here's another account that you could see some of the diversity of what it could look like. And then there's a section in this form that's asking for a brief bio of what you're offering. And so that's that text content that you can see right there. So once you complete this form and send it to us, we would send back to you an agreement just for you signing up. And again, like Dr. Rachel said, it's month by month. So you can try it. And if it's not something that's working for you at this time, no worries, you can go from right there. So we'd send that agreement and then we'd begin building out that page for you. And I would schedule at that point with you an onboarding call just to make sure that we have all of your questions answered, set up your account properly, and I can give you next steps and access to those training sessions as well after that. So again, the system looks like filling out this form, and then I would send back to you a reseller agreement or an agreement for you to sign up, what it looks like and how to facilitate that for your clients. We'd build a page and then I would have an onboarding call with you to make sure we have all of your questions answered and can move from there. So that's the process.
Real quick, Luke, I just want to come alongside of that real quick. And then also you'll be able to access the 2 training sessions that are free every single week. So you can really be handheld and walked through how to use the platform and learn all the bells and whistles. I bought a new car recently and I am still, guys, I am still struggling with like the simplest things like connecting, you know, my Bluetooth and all those things. And I wish I had somebody from the car dealership like hand holding me through trainings every single week. So definitely take advantage of that because that's really, really beneficial. And then Luke, I know you have another link to share, right, for questions. If people have more questions and just want to connect with you, ask more questions about the platform or anything else, right? There's a link that they can schedule with you.
Right. And I just now sent that one out. So this is a link, you can click on it and see my schedule and we can book something together, just walk through this demo site again, a little more slowly and answer any specific questions you might have at that time.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Luke. I did see a couple more questions pop in. I'm just going to answer these really, really fast. So yes, we got another question about even if you're not certified yet, you can absolutely start using this. You can start selling this. You can start even facilitating a transform group. So you absolutely can. And then I saw an amazing question I want to answer. Somebody asked, how do you use this as a career coach? No matter what your niche is, we take a holistic perspective, right? So if you're a career coach, career impacts health, it impacts their stress, there's that beautiful Finding Your Purpose program inside of the platform that's amazing for careers. So we really always want to support the whole person from a holistic perspective, even if their quote unquote problem or goal is in one system, right? We know that all of the 4 systems impact each other. We know that all of the major areas of life impact each other, and we want to help achieve whole person well-being. So you can add your own content. You can, share articles and blogs inside of the news section on, career, different blogs or resources. You can create your own articles. You can create your own videos, right? So you can pepper in content, classes, programs with more career. The other thing is I want to tell you that we partnered with a diversity, equity, and inclusion coach who's specifically using this, and she's adding in DE&I training into this, and she actually sells that as a corporate wellness program. So she does the DE&I training. She's uploaded that program into the platform, and she sells this as a corporate wellness benefit with the DE&I training in there to corporations, which brings me to the final thing, which is you absolutely can also create an additional group that's just corporate wellness for different companies. And you can go out and you can sell this to, 1,000 employees or 500 employees at a local business or small companies that may not be able to have access to big expensive benefits, and you can sell this and it will be white labeled for that company. But then you have all of that reoccurring revenue. And so it's a wonderful way to offer group corporate coaching. For example, a lot of companies can't afford life coaching for all their employees, but desperately need it. And so they can sign up for the platform and have access to, stress reduction and whole person health and wellness and nutrition and all of those good things. And then you can add in, a monthly group coaching session for all the employees, or even just coaching videos that you're, teaching, or you can facilitate a transform program. A lot of companies offer transform programs for 12-week cycles. So that's definitely something that's an opportunity to you. The revenue potential in that, the income potential is pretty significant, because if you get a 500 person company that enrolls in a corporate wellness benefit plan with you, and they're just paying $20 a month. That's a huge amount of reoccurring revenue that you really don't have to do much to sustain. So you kind of buy your free time back, which is really lovely. Fantastic. Somebody said, what's the catch? It's so good. There is no catch. This is part of my purpose. This is something I spent 6 years developing, blood, sweat, and tears, and lots of money and lots of team effort. So this is just kind of a continuation of my purpose in business, which is to really support the future generations of coaches in radically transforming their clients' lives, and also making the kind of support that people truly need to get and stay healthy accessible. I'm going to share a personal story to wrap it up. My father was recently diagnosed with early stage Alzheimer's. And Alzheimer's is a lifestyle disease. If my father had had access to a platform like this and had learned how to eat properly, reduce his glucose levels many years ago when they started to become elevated, there's a very significant chance he would not have ever developed Alzheimer's. So it is my personal mission and passion to get these tools into the hands of millions of people around the world. So that's the catch. It's part of my life purpose. So that's the only catch there is. But that's all we kind of have for right now. I'm so grateful that we all could just kind of spend some time hanging out together to wrap up this year. I know it's been a challenging year for many of us, and I just love and believe in every single one of you, and I thank you for carrying the work of IWA forward into the world. I do not take that lightly. We have coaches literally in almost every country in the world. And so this work is really transforming the world. And for that, I'm forever grateful to all of you. So we will post this playback inside of the student group, and myself and also Garrett is in that group because he's actually also certified through IWA. Will be coming alongside to answer, any additional questions, but I really recommend, take advantage of the free support, schedule a call with Luke. He's amazing and patient, and he'll answer your questions. And then also, if you are ready to sign up and give it a try, there's that other link that he dropped in first where you just fill out the form, and then he'll send you an agreement, and then start getting our technical team building your page with your logo, your name, your colors, all of that good stuff. And if you don't have a logo, you can just say the name, any picture you want to use, and what colors you like, and we'll create that for you. So if you haven't built a website yet, you might be able to just use this instead. All right. Perfect. Thank you all so much. And if I don't see or talk to all of you before the new year, have a beautiful holiday season. Much love to you and your families. Stay happy and healthy and well, and I will see you in the new year. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.